Foreigner, 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 foreigner. My bitch too foreign in the visa.
Hey everyone, welcome to Vlogmas. Let me turn this camera, hold on. This is the most casual video I've ever done. Alright, hey everyone, welcome to Vlogmas day 4. I know I'm a little bit behind. I don't know if the camera is straight or not. I feel like it's a little tilted, but we're gonna work through this. You're gonna hear my dishwashing in the background, by the way. This is a very real YouTube video, okay? I got my blanket, I got my bonnet on. I'm gonna bond here for a little bit, okay? Got my blanket, my bonnet, water bottle, all of that stuff. And a few weeks ago, I did like a Q&A on my Instagram page, just asking like my followers some questions. And I thought it would be really fun and to read them to you guys. I know people are probably gonna ask like my experiences as well, since I'm the one asking these questions, but we're gonna get through it, okay? I think I'm gonna do about 3 of these this Vlogmas because I think it's just gonna be fun. Let's see, we'll go with, you know what? We're gonna do a serious one, okay? Because we're going into the New Year's. I wanna start off like really strong and also like, also share some things with you guys, especially if there's any advice that like my viewers and followers can like offer you. I just need to go back and pull the questions. And the first question I asked was, do you have any regrets? Do you have any regrets? Now ask yourself, if you're watching this, in the past year or few months or your whole lifetime, do you have any regrets? So I guess I'll start with the answers that I got here. The first one is just, yeah, LOL, I have a few regrets. Babe, let's be real, we all have a few regrets. I have a few myself. I guess my biggest regrets would be just sleeping on myself as a person. And when I say sleeping on myself, I mean like there's so many things that I thought I wasn't capable of, or so many things I didn't think I was good at. For so long, people would ask like, what are your talents? What are you good at? And I'm just like, God didn't bless me with any talents. Like, I'm not good at anything. And my biggest regret was thinking that I wasn't good at anything. And I feel like I should have taken the time to dive in a little bit more and learn a little bit more about myself to figure out my talents, because within the past 3 years of just the world going like to sleep for a bit, I found out that I was great at a lot of things, like coaching, and physically and mentally coaching, building businesses, business plans. I'm good at editing, I'm good at content creating, I'm good at sourcing music. I'm good at a lot of creative things. And I've always been a creative person, but I never thought that being creative was enough, if that made sense. So yeah, we have a lot of regrets, babe, okay? The other one says, might be a bit cliche, but regrets are more a lesson and would just want to have taken a better approach. I agree, I definitely agree. Regret is not something regrets, I don't allow them to get to me. I say like losses or regrets, they kind of like, they're a little bit hand in hand. And I always tell people, if you lose someone, or you feel like you're lost, or you feel like you lost something, or you missed out on something, everything in life doesn't always have to be a loss. And this person is right, it's definitely a lesson. When things happen, you don't always have to feel regret. You can think about it as, okay, this happened, I didn't like, the outcome of it. I'm gonna use this thing as a lesson and use it to be better or do better the next time. And yeah, I definitely agree. Like, when you go through things like a lesson, instead of dwelling on it, you're gonna take a different approach. And I always tell my clients, like, never give up when things don't go your way the first time. You have to learn to pivot through life and pivot through things, because things are never gonna be perfect. The best way to put it is, if you're going somewhere and your GPS says, yes, this is the way to go, and you get halfway to your destination and there's a huge wall up in front of you that your GPS didn't show you. A lot of us would just turn around and be like, forget, I'm going back home, like this is crazy, like you said I would get here in 20 minutes, now I'm 30 minutes into my drive with this big ass wall in front of me, I'm just gonna go home. But no, what about like turning left and see if there's any avenue or streets that can take you around the wall, or turning right, or maybe doing a reverse a little bit and going back down and like thinking different ways how you can maneuver the situation instead of kind of just giving up or thinking about it as a loss or regret. And that's how I would kind of describe that situation, especially moving into the New Year's. I don't want you guys to regret things that have happened, you know, this year or in a certain like situation. Just think about it as, okay, I didn't like what happened, I've learned from it, how can I now come out of this situation being a bigger and a better person, right? A lot of people are having a lot of regrets. Another one that I see here is not being able to see the red flags from early. It could be red flags in a lot of things. It could be red flags in your job, red flags in your friendships, red flags in relationships, red flags in anything. And it sucks when you don't see them the first time. But again, like when they do arise, and sometimes it may feel like it's too late, it just becomes another lesson learned. Like it's not always fun, like learning these lessons or missing these, you know, flashes that have been in your face the entire time. It sucks. It really does suck, but not every situation is gonna be green flags all the time. Sometimes there's gonna be some things that pop up and you're kind of just like, damn, like I wish I had known this sooner, like I wish I had seen this sooner, I wish it didn't take, you know, me this long to see this thing in this person, or I wish it didn't take this long for me to see my value in this job. Like it sucks, you know, but at the end of the day, we're all learning. And the good thing about God blessing you and waking you up the next morning is that you have a chance to do better than you did yesterday, or do better than you did months or years before, right? Right. Oh, more red flags. Girls, what's going on? Is it red flags in the men? What's going on here? Not taking the red flags seriously. That's a different thing. Not taking the red flags seriously versus versus being able to see the red flags from early. A lot of time we think it's like a spoof. We think it's like, you know, they're probably just going through something, or it's probably a one-off or whatever. Babe, sometimes it's not a one-off. Sometimes that's just how the person is. And you have to just, you gotta ease through it. You gotta just get through it. It's not fun. It's definitely not fun, like missing the red flags and like, or not taking them seriously, and then you end up in situations longer than you really want to, or end up entertaining things or people longer than you want to or you intended to. But again, like it's a learning lesson. It's not always fun to learn these things, but it's a learning lesson. I know for me, a situation where I didn't take the red flags seriously, where it wasn't a friendship. You know, I just thought that they're just going through something, but like years later, that's just the type of person that they were. And where are they 10 years from now? Nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere in my life. And sometimes it takes you a little bit longer, but when you walk away from a situation that no longer serves you, sometimes you feel a bit better. You know, like it's not going to be easy in the beginning. You're not going to be happy that you had to let go of a certain situation, but at the end of the day, sometimes you're better for it. Self-sabotaging my success. Whew, that's deep. Self-sabotage is a serious thing. Like, I don't think people realize how serious it is when you start talking down to yourself and telling yourself you can't do things, or you're not deserving of things, or, you know, like sometimes you take longer breaks than you really need to, and you end up setting yourself back like a lot more. This dishwasher is so loud. I'm sorry guys, I'm really hoping it's not gonna pick up in the camera as I'm speaking to you guys. I'm sure it will. But yeah, self-sabotage is a serious, I don't know why I thought somebody was opening my door. Yeah, self-sabotage is a serious thing. It cripples you almost. Like it immobilizes. I don't know if that's the word, but it cripples you almost, you know, and it sets you back from just becoming the best version of yourself and really standing 10 toes down in your craft and 10 toes down in your creativity. And I don't know about you, but I know with this specific girl, she's my girl, we talk a lot about content creating and wanting to push content and being more consistent with our channels and working with brands. And sometimes when you think about it so much, you get caught up in your head and you just end up self-sabotaging without even noticing. So sometimes it's worth it to really slow down and collect your thoughts and write down goals that are attainable for you right now, and write down the steps that it's going to take for you to crush these goals. I feel like that's the best way to tackle self-sabotage. And if it gets to a point where it's like overly emotional for you, or it's something you really can't deal with, or something you really can't handle, seek help. You know what I'm saying? Get a therapist, talk to someone. It's so very important. Biggest regret is not believing in myself as much as I should. Girl, I get it. Like, your belief is a huge thing, and I feel like the moment you stop believing in yourself and the things that you can do, your fire just dies out, and like you now just become drained. Like that's how I feel when I don't believe in myself, because believing in yourself is a different feeling than seeking that energy from other people. Like, you yourself have to know that you're capable of doing these things before seeking, you know, the applause and the praises from other people. And there was times like this year I felt so defeated. Like, I lost my desires to work out, I lost my desires to eat healthy, I lost the desire to run my business, I wanted to quit YouTube, I wanted to walk away from social media, and it was just all because that fire that I had, like, I just lost it. Like, I just didn't believe I was capable of doing any of those things anymore. And I had to realize that there's different seasons in your life. Sometimes there's seasons when you're super busy and opportunities don't stop coming. Sometimes there's seasons where you feel like everything is going wrong and like you're just doubting yourself. And sometimes there's seasons where it's just quiet. And for me this year, I had to realize it wasn't that my season was, you know, things were going wrong and things weren't working out for me. It was just quiet. And now I see why. I'm better for it now. So even though you may have doubts of like who you are as a person, or you got to a point in life where you no longer believe in yourself, sometimes you really have to think about what season is God putting you in right now. Is it more of a season of humbling you? Is it more of a season of, you know, pushing you through so many opportunities so you can see, you know, your future success? Like, what is it really? The last two, one of them says, and I love this for you, it says, no, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And I love that. When you have no regrets in life and you're happy and things are finally starting to look up for you, I think it's the best feeling that you can ever have. And it's something that no one can ever take away from you. So I love that for you, girl. I love that for you. The last one says, I have a couple of regrets, but I treat them like a lesson and just move forward, which is what we were talking about earlier. Lessons, okay? Not everything in life is a loss. You really have to look at it as a lesson, learn from it, and move on, okay? So as we go into the New Year's, I'm thirsty, hold on. As we go into the New Year's and we start thinking about the things that we want, start thinking about the things that we're hopeful for, I challenge you guys actually, instead of making a new vision board, go back to your vision board from last year and grab all the things that you haven't accomplished this year and put it back on your vision board. And I'm also challenging you to start your New Year's now. Don't wait till January 1st to say, oh, my New Year's resolution is to get in the gym and lose 50 pounds. My New Year's resolution is to, no, start now. Why are you waiting till January 1st? What's the difference between starting today and January 1st? Every day is a fresh start. January 1st, the beginning of the year, doesn't necessarily mean it's a fresh start for you. You could be setting yourself back months because you're waiting for January 1st to show up at your door. No, let's start today, okay? So that's what I'm challenging you guys with today. I'm also going to make a video on how I make my vision board on Canva, because I have a digital vision board that is the background to my laptop, my iPad, and my cell phone, so I can have that reminder every day of what I'm working towards. So I'm going to make a video on how to create a vision board on Canva. So grab your iPads, your cell phones, your computer, download Canva on your devices, get yourself familiar with it, and we're going to do a vision board together. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it live or if I'm going to do it like a pre-recorded version, but whatever I decide to do, it's going to be accessible to you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little chill situation. I just finished eating dinner and cleaning the kitchen. As you can hear, the dishwasher's going. But yeah, my camera's about to run out of battery. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, comment down below if you like this little chill chit chat video kind of thing. Yeah, okay. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Pull the top top with an eater. Two-seater. New bitch wanna fuck in my AP. New freezer. I woke up thinking about pants. Hop over just to a check when I land. My bitch 2 foreign in the visa. I don't need her.